Welcome to Within Stillness Space. In this episode, we explore how small inner shifts like choosing gratitude over complaint, presence over autopilot, and response over reaction quietly transform the way life feels from the inside out. As you listen, you may notice familiar moments from your own life reflected back to you in new ways. Positivity and gratitude. Positivity tends to spread. When a person carries a positive attitude, it influences others. When a person lives with gratitude, it offers others a new lens through which to see their own life. In this way, gratitude becomes more than a feeling. It becomes a way of inhabiting the world. One image captures this clearly. Imagine gratitude as the top floor of a building, the space of highest vibration. Unhappiness is in the basement. It is not possible to be on both floors at once. When you choose the top floor, when you choose gratitude, you leave the basement behind. Challenges may remain, but your inner position changes. Psychology has explored this too. In classic gratitude listing experiments, people who briefly recorded things they were thankful for each day reported more positive emotion, better sleep, and even small improvements in physical health, compared with those who focused on hassles. From situation to inner choice. Life brings situations that cannot always be controlled. There are genuine difficulties, losses, and pressures. If these outer events are seen as the cause of all inner pain, life begins to feel like a long reaction. Yet there is another possibility. The situation remains what it is, but the inner response shifts. The outer scene may not change, but the inner atmosphere rises. This does not affect only one person. Inner choices ripple outward. One thought, one post, one sentence can create a tiny shift in someone else's day. Even a 0.1% change in a stranger's state of mind is still a movement of energy in the world. Perhaps it is never fully known whose life is touched. Still, the work continues. Large-scale studies on social networks have shown that when people see more positive emotional content, they tend to post more positively themselves, evidence that moods can spread silently from one person to another. Gratitude as daily practice. You might be wondering what gratitude looks like in everyday life. It can begin in simple ways. Waking up and quietly acknowledging a roof overhead, food on the table, the health of loved ones, and the strength to work. Before any event unfolds, the day is framed in thankfulness. In times of collective difficulty, such as a pandemic, gratitude can deepen. While many feel confined or deprived, another person might pause to notice the beauty of their own living room, the taste of a home-cooked meal, the safety of being indoors. Ordinary details once overlooked become sources of quiet appreciation. Over time, this shift asks a deeper question. Beyond all chasing and striving, what is truly needed? Often, it is less than imagined shelter, food, and enough to get by. Gratitude through loss. You might be wondering what happens to gratitude when life breaks open through loss. There can be a period when the heart resists any form of thank you. Prayer feels hollow. Silence feels heavy. In such a season, even the idea of gratitude may seem distant. Yet slowly, another understanding can arise. that strength remains. Work continues. Children still look to a parent for stability and love. A new mantra appears: onwards and upwards. Not as denial of grief, but as a commitment to keep moving, to give the young ones a life not defined only by sorrow. In this light, even the years shared with someone who has passed are held as part of a complete journey, rather than something stolen. Gratitude returns, not because the loss was small, but because life, in all its forms, is still here. Layers of gratitude. At some point, people often ask, what if I do not feel grateful at all? It may help to notice very concrete things: a job that pays, a meal on the table, the ability to take children on a holiday, a message from a friend. These are not solutions to all problems, but they are real. One way to make this more tangible is to list reasons to be grateful. A list that begins as 20 items can easily become 50, then 75, then 100. It might eventually reach a number like 108, touching both the big and the small. Health, home, and also something as modest as free Wi-Fi in public spaces, or a handwritten note left with your name on it. When life is viewed through this lens, gratitude appears everywhere. Without the lens, almost nothing is seen. In research, people who regularly practice this kind of simple gratitude journaling tended to feel more optimistic and more energetic, and even made more progress toward personal goals. Gratitude and emotional vibration. You might be wondering why gratitude feels so different from other emotions. There is a simple observation. Where there is genuine gratitude, there is no room for unhappiness in the same moment. One cannot be truly grateful and simultaneously unhappy, grateful and deeply angry, grateful and deeply negative. The inner state shifts floors. This is not sentimental. Gratitude is a power that softens resistance. It raises acceptance, reduces complaint, and makes letting go a little easier. And it can include gratitude even for the person or situation that feels difficult. Those encounters draw out capacities that might otherwise remain hidden. Naming such a situation and quietly saying, "Thank you for this," can, over time, change its imprint on the heart. At first, the words may feel mechanical, yet repeated thoughts slowly reshape feelings. Psychologists call this kind of shift cognitive reappraisal, changing the way we interpret a situation, and have found that it can reduce the intensity of negative emotions and support better mental health. Heaven, hell, and the present moment. Another simple but profound insight is that heaven and hell are not only places but mental states. The same outer life can feel like torment or blessing, depending on the inner lens through which it is viewed. You might be wondering where the present moment fits into this. Consider what happens when attention is pulled into rehearsing future lines, or replaying past mistakes. Life shrinks to anxieties about what will be said, or regrets about what has already been said. In contrast, when attention is returned to this very moment, this very breath, participation becomes fuller. Even a live broadcast watched by millions becomes an opportunity to practice being exactly where you are, saying what is needed now, and letting go of what has just passed. Mindfulness-based therapies that train this kind of present moment attention have been shown, across many clinical studies, to reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression, authenticity, and the opinions of others. In public or private life, there will always be people who like you and people who do not. Those who resonate with you may show affection or admiration. Others may remain distant or critical. It is not possible to manage every opinion. You might be wondering how to live with this without hardening the heart. One approach is to shift the goal from "everyone should like me" to "I will be honest, earnest, and authentic." In any workplace, some will be drawn to you, some will not. Rather than constantly adjusting to become what others want, it can be enough to be who you genuinely are. The opinions of others do not pay your bills and do not define your worth. A sari and a pendulum. Imagine choosing a traditional outfit because you love it. You wear it out into the world. 10 people see it. One calls it beautiful. Another questions your taste. Others remain neutral. The outfit has not changed. What you are seeing are 10 different inner worlds. 10 sets of preferences and ingrained tendencies reflected back to you. You might be wondering what this has to do with self-worth. If worth is placed in these shifting opinions, life becomes a pendulum. With praise, the pendulum swings to excitement. With criticism, it swings equally far in the opposite direction. A different practice is to keep the pendulum near the center. When someone appreciates you, you can quietly think, "This is their nature, their goodness." When someone criticizes you, you can think, "This is their nature," and simply check if there is any useful feedback in it. In this way, appreciation does not inflate ego, and criticism does not crush the spirit. Research on self-compassion suggests that treating oneself with kindness instead of harsh self-criticism leads to lower stress and depression, and more stable motivation over time. Being an instrument. Viewing oneself as an instrument softens the grip of ego. Work still happens, effort is still made, but the inner narrative shifts from "I am the doer" to "I am an instrument through which this is being done." In such a state, even strong praise does not create as much disturbance, and criticism passes through more lightly. There is room for correction without self-attack, and room for humility without self-erasure. This is not indifference. It is steadiness. It allows a person to keep offering their best, knowing that opinions will continue to vary. Body, fitness, and emotional health. You might be wondering where the body fits into this inner journey. For some, the path toward physical fitness begins in unexpected ways. Perhaps a demanding show, a challenge that requires strength and stamina, a desire to appear strong in a public space. What begins as external preparation can gradually become a gift. The discovery of movement, training, and the satisfaction of caring for the body. Sustainable fitness is less about occasional extreme efforts and more about regular, realistic practice. Walking several times a week, gentle strength training, or any form of activity that can be continued over years rather than days. Diet follows the same principle. Patterns that can be lived with, not rigid rules that break after a few days. Yet physical health, by itself, is incomplete. A person can be visibly fit and still feel unwell inside. Emotional health matters just as much. Large reviews of the research find that regular physical activity modestly, but reliably reduces symptoms of depression and anxiety, which is why movement is often recommended alongside therapy or medication. Anger, therapy, and hypnotherapy. At some point, you might notice a pattern of anger or reactivity that feels larger than any single event. There can be an awareness. I am angry too often, or I carry irritation wherever I go. Awareness itself is a turning point. Seeking support from clinical therapy, spiritual counseling, or hypnotherapy can help uncover root causes and unresolved experiences. Hypnotherapy, for example, works with the subconscious mind in a deeply relaxed state, making it easier to see where certain reactions began and how they have been reinforced. Old, unfinished experiences are brought into awareness and gently released. Anger may still arise when a strong response is needed, but the constant undercurrent lessens. The inner climate shifts from chronic turbulence to something calmer. Joy from within. You might be wondering where joy fits into all of this. Often, joy is placed outside. A concert, a new outfit, a good result, a special outing. When this happens, then I will be happy. Yet joy that depends entirely on events remains fragile. Joy can also be cultivated as an inner intent. Waking with gratitude, framing the day with appreciation, choosing to find small moments of delight regardless of outer events. All of this shifts joy from out there to in here. This does not mean denying hardship. It simply means that joy is allowed to exist alongside it, not only after it. Emotional health and seeking help. Sometimes feeling low for a day or two is simply part of being human. But when this state stretches into a week or more, it may be a signal, not just a mood. Here, acceptance becomes crucial. Accepting that something needs attention, and that seeking support is a strength, not a weakness. You might be wondering why, with so much awareness today, distress still runs so deep. One reason is that many emotional states, stress, anger, jealousy, constant comparison are still treated as normal. When something is labeled normal, it is rarely questioned. Emotional resilience slowly erodes in a collective atmosphere of complaint and criticism. Then, when a strong situation arises, the inner system may not have enough strength to hold it. Quietly, almost invisibly, depressive states can take root, sometimes without a clear external cause. In some cases, even gentle changes in lifestyle, like tending to gut health and diet, contribute to easing anxiety and low mood. Body and mind are closely linked. Parenting, presence, and safe space. You might be wondering how these insights unfold inside a family. A parent who is attentive to inner life often tries to create a safe emotional space for children. When a teenager says, "I just need to vent," and is told, "Say whatever you like. This is your safe place," something important happens. Feelings that might have been hidden begin to move. Tears are allowed. Stories are told. The child leaves a little lighter. The bond is built not only in grand gestures but in small daily moments. A school pickup where a child runs across the courtyard calling "Mama" without embarrassment. Evenings of music practice. Conversations after a long day. In such a home, gratitude does not float above real life. It lives inside it. There is room for grief and for laughter, for discipline and for rest. Studies on expressive writing and open emotional sharing suggest that having safe ways to express deep feelings can, over time, support better mental and physical health. Adoption, connection, and journey. Within one life, journeys can take many forms. Sometimes there is a biological child. Sometimes a child arrives through adoption. The paperwork can be heavy, the process long, but the inner sense may be very clear. This soul is meant to be with us. A child might travel from a small town to a big city, from one family to another, carrying a history that began long before. Over time, they become part of the fabric of the home sibling, daughter, son. A parent may look at both children and feel, "This is the greatest privilege of my life." In quiet moments, lying between them at night, gratitude can feel almost overwhelming. Living in the present age, creating a golden age within. You might be wondering how all of this fits into the larger time we live in. Many say we are in a dark age of decline. That may be so, but the question becomes, what can be done from here? We cannot change the age we are born into, but we can shape the quality of our own inner age. When truth, kindness, and gratitude are cultivated within, a personal golden age begins. The energy of one mind affects the home. The collective energy of many homes affects the world. Deep-rooted habits and tendencies shape outer experience. When inner patterns shift, bodies respond, relationships soften, and environments change. The work is subtle, but its impact is real. Questions of reaction and response. You might be wondering, how do I stop reacting and start responding? One doorway is honesty. When a reaction has already happened, sharp words, a raised voice, a harsh tone, there is a moment afterward when the mind explains it away. They deserved it, or I had no choice. If this explanation is repeated, the pattern grows stronger. A different approach is to acknowledge quietly, whatever the situation, that reaction was not how I want to be. This is not self-blame. It is clarity. Then later, with eyes closed, the scene can be replayed in the mind. This time, you see yourself responding calmly, firmly if needed, but without the old spike of anger. The mind is being retrained. Life often brings similar scenes again and again. Each mental retake makes a different response more available when the moment returns. Meditation deepens this process by steadily cooling the inner temperature. Questions about meditation. You might also be wondering, how do I meditate when my mind will not stay still? Silencing the mind completely is not the aim. The mind is meant to think. Meditation is about choosing which thoughts are given space. One simple way is to select a single elevated thought such as, "I am a powerful soul," and stay with it. Here, visualization helps. While holding the thought, you can imagine yourself as a point of light at the center of the forehead, a steady, quiet star. From there, you might visualize gentle rays spreading outward, first to your own body, then to your family, then to people in pain anywhere in the world. You do not need to know their names. You simply allow the feeling of power, peace, and love to expand. This is still meditation. It is less about letting random thoughts float by, and more about consciously reshaping the inner pattern. Over time, you do not just do meditation at a certain hour. You begin to carry a meditative quality into the rest of the day. As this journey of ideas comes to a close, we are going to move to quick guided meditation section. Sit comfortably, and if it feels okay, gently close your eyes. Notice your natural breath for a few moments, just in and out, without changing it. Now picture a tall building. The basement is heavy with worry and complaint. The top floor is bright and light. This is gratitude. With your next few breaths, imagine an elevator carrying you upward. Each inhale lifts you. Each exhale leaves a little heaviness behind. When the doors open at the top floor, step out. Here, quietly ask yourself, what can I be thankful for right now? It might be your breath, a safe room, a person you love, or simply this pause. Let one or two things arise and rest gently in your awareness. Bring your attention to the center of your forehead. Imagine a small, steady point of light there. Silently repeat, "I am a powerful soul." Inhale, "I am." Exhale, "a powerful soul." Let this feeling settle for a moment. Know that you can return to this top floor whenever you need. Now deepen your breath. Gently move your fingers and toes. When you are ready, open your eyes, bringing a trace of this quiet gratitude back with you. As we come to a close, notice how you feel in this moment. Perhaps one image remains with you: the elevator rising to the floor of gratitude, the swinging pendulum of opinion, or the small point of light at your forehead. You do not need to do anything with these images. Just let them rest quietly in the background of your day, like gentle reminders that you can return to gratitude, to presence, and to a softer response whenever you choose. Thank you for spending this time in Within Stillness Space.